If you love pasta with big, bold flavors, Rasta pasta is one you gotta try. Rasta pasta is basically a Jamaican spin on an Italian pasta. It's pasta made with Jamaican and Caribbean ingredients, and it's really delicious and super addictive. So let me show you how to make it. All right, to make Rasta pasta, the first thing you wanna do is get a good-sized pan heated to medium heat, and we'll add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Get that mixed in there. And I have one small chopped onion, just a white onion. And Rasta pasta is all about the colorful peppers, as we're in the Caribbean. And you can use local peppers, but here I'm using bell peppers today. So I have one green bell pepper, and it's sliced. I want the slices to be a bit larger because it's really kind of a feature of Rasta pasta. And I have one red bell pepper and an orange bell pepper, and you can use others as well. You can really also use spicier peppers for this. Sometimes I use jalapeno peppers in place of the green bells, and you can also use Scotch Bonnet peppers for some good Caribbean heat, or habanero is good. It really comes down to your personal preference. So go ahead and cook down your peppers and onions for about 5 minutes until they start to soften up nicely, and then we will continue. Just look at these beautiful, colorful chili peppers. Next, I have a couple cloves of minced garlic, and I have a tablespoon of Jamaican jerk seasonings. The Jamaican jerk seasoning is pretty key to this recipe. It adds a very unique flavor, and I have a recipe for homemade Jamaican jerk seasoning on my website, and I can share a link with you to that. But you can also use your favorite store-bought brand. So go ahead and add this to the pan and cook it down for about a minute until you can smell that delicious, gorgeous garlic bloom. It smells amazing. You can smell the Jamaican seasonings too. Outstanding. I love cooking. So now here I have a can of fire-roasted tomatoes. Just go ahead and add that in, and you can use the equivalent of fresh tomatoes or diced tomatoes, or even tomato sauce is fine. But really, I love the fire-roasted tomatoes because it adds an extra layer of flavor that I just am in love with. So good. And also, at this point here, you can do a bit of salt and pepper to taste, to your personal taste. Don't need too much salt because we'll be adding some Parmesan to it later. Got some black pepper. I do have cracked black pepper. Absolutely delicious. Okay, so go ahead and just mix this up, and we're gonna let this simmer for a good, at minimum, 5 minutes to let the flavor start to develop a little bit. You can simmer longer if you want to, but the peppers will start to soften up a bit too much. But it's really totally to your preference. All right, at this point, while your sauce is simmering, gonna get your pasta going. I have some 8 ounces here of fettuccine noodles. You can use other noodles as well. Fettuccine is pretty traditional with this. Easy to use, but linguine is great, even spaghetti, pretty much any pasta you want. So all right, I'm gonna toss it in, get it boiling. Next, I have 1 cup of coconut milk, and you can use heavy cream for this recipe as well. It's very commonly used, but coconut milk will give you that delicious coconut flavor. Very rich, very Caribbean, and it's definitely my preference, but if you're not crazy about coconut flavor, just use heavy cream. So go ahead and add it to your pan and give it a stir. Stir it in. And we're gonna go ahead and simmer this for about 5 minutes to let the overall sauce thicken up a little bit. And if it gets too thick, you can add just a little bit of liquid, a little bit of water, maybe stock, or even some of the pasta water. Just kind of put it in and swirl it to your preference. Ooh, sorry, extra spicy for me. All right, the sauce is thickened up quite nicely and the peppers are softened up. So the next step is to add a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna add most of this here, and I'm gonna save a little bit for myself for later for topping the pasta with. Just a little bit. And go ahead and turn off the heat, remove it from heat, and stir in your parm. It's gonna thicken up the sauce a bit more, and it's going to add some tremendous flavor. A little saltiness, a little butteriness. Parmesan cheese is crazy delicious. I just love this stuff. So let's talk about proteins. Rasta pasta is really named for Rastafarianism, which is a powerful social movement or religion that was developed in the 1930s. Rastafarians are typically vegetarians, so this is typically a vegetarian dish. However, as this recipe is really expanded globally, non-Rastafarians do enjoy adding proteins as they desire. Some proteins that are super popular include jerk shrimp, jerk chicken, and oxtail actually is a very popular one. So, but realistically, you could add any protein that you want to your pasta and enjoy it as you wish, because now this is your recipe. Next up is pasta. Got my pasta done here, so go ahead and drain your pasta. Ooh, steamy. Woo-hoo. And go ahead and stir your pasta into your sauce here. Get it good and mixed up. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Smells so good in here. Rasta pasta. So there it is, boom, Rasta pasta, my friends. Super delicious and very easy to make, isn't it? If you guys love easy pastas, I think you'll really love my Cajun pasta with andouille and shrimp. It's also very easy to make, very spicy and very delicious, and another addictive pasta recipe for pasta lovers. So, all right, time to give it a taste. All right. Rasta pasta. Stuff is freakishly good, man.